There's only 10 days left until my very first crochet drop, which I am very excited about. However, I do have a long list of things to do before my drop happens. So for today's video, I am going to be bringing y'all along with me to get those things done, give y'all a little behind the scenes of what I do to prepare for my drops. And we're going to go ahead and get started immediately because I need to get this stuff done today. The first thing I am going to do on my list is get a count of my inventory, and I'm going to see how many items I have of what, how many items are each category. I have winter items, I have Valentine's Day items, and I have Mardi Gras. I'm also going to go ahead and weigh and measure items, and then I'm also going to see what items fit in which polymailers, so when I go to package orders on drop day, I'm not going to have to try and figure out which items go in which bag. Now, if someone orders multiple items, I'm going to have to figure that out, but for the most part, I'm assuming that if I do get orders, it's probably going to be one item. If it's more than one, that's cool, that won't be bad, but I'll have a general idea of which items are going to fit in which polymailer. So, one less thing for me to think about on drop day. I'm going to go ahead and start doing that right now, and I'll give y'all some updates as I go. Well, there goes the phone. For my winter general category, I have 12 total items. For the Valentine's Day category, I have 6 total items, so I definitely need to add a bit more items to this category. For the Mardi Gras category, I have 5 items. This is the one that's lacking the most and probably the one I need to focus on first when I do start making more items for the drop. Now that the inventory count is done, I am now going to work on measuring all of my items. I want to have a good measurement so I can put it on my website so people can have an idea of how big the item is. But I also need to get the weight and measurement of them in the polymailers so they are going to be able to be shipped very easily. I do have my 3 test polymailer bags. I always pull out at least one for each size to use as a test. That's just a little tip that I have if you ship out products. I also have my thank you card here because that does add a little bit of weight. Very barely any, honestly, but I like to include that as well because that is what I include in the package itself. I'm going to work on that now, and hopefully I can get this done pretty quickly. I do have some of these products already on my website, so I don't need to get all of the weight and measurements, but majority of these are new to my website. And I'm actually going to move some of these items to my desk so I have a little bit more working space over here. I'm going to start with the general category because it has the most items in it. Alright. Oh, I need my tape measure. I did not grab that. Where is it? Aha! Alright. I'm going to make sure this is zeroed out. Yep. Okay, great. I just had a thought about the plushies. I have never shipped out my plushies in a poly mailer before. I've used a bubble mailer. I'm thinking of looking into boxes from You Pack and Ship because I just looked at Amazon's, and I think for like a set of 10 boxes, it was like $23 or something like that. And I'm like, no, we're not gonna order from there. However, You Pack and Ship I think had some that were like $8.99 for a box set of like 25, which is a much better value and deal than the Amazon prices. So I do need to add that to my list to look into and figure out which size I want to do for my plushies. And then, oh, am I gonna have to get 2 sizes because I have a turtle and that's bigger? Same with a duck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about that and figure out what I'm gonna do for that. And then I also need to figure out how I'm going to make a new rule on my shipping profile because as of now, all of my shipping materials are set to poly mailers. So I need to also add box option for the plushie specifically, and I need to make that a rule so it knows that when it is a plushie, it's going to automatically do the shipping calculation cost of boxes, not a polymailer. So that's added to my to-do list right now. I'm going to keep working on my winter general items, and then I'll move into my Valentine's Day category. I'm not going to do the plushies right now, except for just getting their general measurements so people know how large the items are. And then for the rest of the items, I'm going to carry on as normal because those will be in polymailers. So that's the plan. Beanies are already on my website, so any of the beanies I'm not going to weigh, measure, do all of that because I already have those measurements ready to go, and I'm just going to copy and paste those onto the new beanies. I also already have measurements for my bucket hats since they are on my website, so I will not be measuring or weighing this. I'll just copy and paste like I do for the beanies. And then the wristlets, I went ahead and got those done the first go around with the winter items, so I'm just going to copy and paste those numbers as well for the rest of the puff stitch wristlets and the other categories. So that pretty much brings me to being done with all of that. I do need to count out how many poly mailer bags that I have, as well as thank you cards, to make sure I have plenty. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I believe the majority of my items are going to be in a 6x9. So I'm going to count out my 6x9 and my 10x13 poly mailer bags, see how many I have, make sure I have enough so I don't have to order any. If I do, then I'm going to order them with the boxes, and they should get here before the drop next Saturday. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I have a list of items that I do want to add on to what I already have. For Valentine's Day category, I started this bag in my last video and I do want to finish it, fix this ear warmer and make another ear warmer or two. This yarn I want to use to make another scarf similar to the blue one. I do want to make sure I add another puff stitch wristlet and another color, maybe pink or red. Add another beanie, 1 to 2 more plushies. I want to do maybe like a dino, a dragon, a cow, or a bunny. As for the general category, I'm not going to add much to it. It already has 12 items. I would just like to make another ear warmer, or maybe another set of fingerless gloves, or maybe both. So 1 to 2 more items for that category. For Mardi Gras, I want to make, I think, 3 to 4 plushies, and the ideas that I have are frogs, dinos, dragons, axolotls, ducks, and then I also want to make an ear warmer and 2 beanies. And as of now, I think that's everything that I want to do for those categories. So definitely have quite a bit to make. It's going to be a busy next couple 10 days. Hopefully I can get everything done. If not, that's okay. As long as I can get a couple more for the Valentine's Day and the Mardi Gras category, I will be happy with that. And that's pretty much it for the things that I would like to make. If I come up with anything else or I do have more time, then yes, I will make some more items. But as of now, that's what I've got. So I'm going to move on to the next to-do item, and that is getting pictures taken for not only my website, but also social media. So I'm going to change because I'm wearing a dark green little pullover. I'm going to change into something that is going to be not as bold, I guess, and a little bit more complimentary to the items that I'm going to be trying on and taking pictures of. Grab my items for taking pictures, and I'm just going to go ahead and get ready to do that now. It's currently 6:10 p.m. so it's been quite a few hours since I've gotten all my pictures done. That's the flat lays, me modeling them, all the pictures basically. I am going to save editing those for another day because I do want to try a different editing style than what I've done previously. I am going to, however, work on my listings. I am going to keep these pretty broad and general for right now, and then I'll do the specifics later on because some of these items I don't quite have the descriptions made up for them, and that does take some time when I have a bunch of new products to add. I'm just going to add the title, the price, the category that they are going to be in, and maybe the measurements if I have them readily available for me. Some of them, like the plushies, will not, but that's okay. And I also am going to categorize them, I think. Maybe put them in maybe like a general winter category, a Valentine's Day category, and then a Mardi Gras category. I'm going to get to work on that now, and hopefully it doesn't take me that long. Here are all the listings for the products for my drop. I am pretty happy with this. I had to make 23 of them. A couple of them I was able to copy and paste, but most of them I did have to make new listings. Now that the listings have been made, I'm very excited and happy to have that done. The listing part is usually what takes the absolute longest, but since I have a very basic, generic listing made up right now, that's going to make my life so much easier because all I'm going to have to do is write the description, put in the measurements, and then give a little bit of the product details and whatnot in the care section and the size and fit section, and then those are going to be done. Oh, and add pictures, of course, but I've got to edit those before I even do that. After taking a look at the things I have left to do on my to-do list for this drop that I am having on the 31st, I do have quite a bit of things left to do, but I just don't know that I feel like doing them tonight, to be completely honest. What I am going to do is I am going to crochet. I haven't crocheted all day today. I really want to crochet some items. I don't know what exactly I want to start with, but I do have the exact list of items that I do want to make, so I'm definitely going to be going off of that. I'm thinking about maybe doing the scarf. I thought about working on the bag. I thought about working on the Valentine's ear warmer. I thought about making plushies. At this point, I'm not sure exactly what mood I'm in, to be completely honest. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I forgot to add to my list to make. I want to make scrunchies. Now, I do have Juicy Couture scrunchies available on my website for purchase. However, I do want to test out the Just Chenille yarn and see how those work up as scrunchies, because as y'all may or may not know, once Joanne left, so did the Juicy Couture yarn, and I've looked up and down everywhere on the internet to try and find some more, see if they're being sold somewhere else. And let me tell you, they're not being sold anywhere else as of now, but they are being resold, and the pricing is just crazy. I've seen some skeins going for $50. I've seen them going for $15. The point is, I want to try the Just Chenille yarn. Don't know if it's going to be tonight though, but I might. I don't know. What I think I am going to do though right now is I'm going to work on the moss stitch scarf for Valentine's Day. That is going to be a little bit of a longer project. I think the blue one took me 6 hours roughly. So if I am wanting to have that ready to go, I would like to get started on that, because I believe everything else will be significantly faster to make. Like significantly, like 2 to 3 hours to make for most of the items. Some of them might be faster, but I definitely want to get the biggest item out of the way so it's done and I don't have to worry about it and I'm not rushing it. And then after I work on that for a bit, maybe when I'm a little tired of it, I will do the scrunchies. Maybe? And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna need that. Where's my hook? Oh, maybe I put it in the bag. Oh, okay. Haha! I found my hook case. Okay. I use a pencil case for all of my hooks, my yarning needles, my scissors, my measuring tape, buttons, keychains. I mean, whatever I need to work on a current project that is small and can fit in here, that's where it goes. I should have known my hook was in there. By the way, I am using a 7mm hook for the scarf with the Karen Anniversary Cake and Berry Ripple. That's what I used for the blue one, if y'all were wondering. Highly recommend trying it out if y'all have the yarn too, and y'all are not sure what to do with it. It's really fun, it's really simple, really easy. I can watch all the TV shows that I want. I can watch all the YouTube videos I want without having to count stitches. The only thing I have to double check and make sure is that I'm going into the right space, which is the chain space, and not accidentally going into the single crochet stitch. But other than that, it is a breeze, and I fly through it, and it's fabulous. I don't know any other scarf that would be as quick as this, unless if you'll have recommendations and know of any patterns that are very fast and quick and easy, do let me know, because I would love to try out a couple more scarf patterns. That would be fun. Oh yes, the yarn pull was so easy. Oh my gosh, I love that. You know, I wish all yarns would do this. I know Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, is good at the yarn pulls. The cotton yarn, ooh, not so much, just to be honest. And then the Sweet Snuggles Light, good luck. Good luck. Good luck trying to get a clean center pull from that skein of yarn. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to get some of this yarn ready to go. Oh, do y'all see that? The audacity! Right when I start? It's going to be in the chain. I don't want that in my chain. I don't want to have to cut yarn. Well, I mean, technically I could cut it and then use it for scrap yarn. Are there any more factory knots? Is this something that people talked about before? I thought that was another factory knot. I was about to lose my mind. I just know that when I'm doing a center pull, I'm most likely going to be using that yarn for my chain. And look, I found another factory knot. Just looking at my skein. I think this is something that I saw on Facebook that everyone was talking about in like one of the big groups, that the skeins this year had a lot of factory knots in them. How long am I going to pull this out for? Oh, I wanted to see if there were any factory. Y'all, it's been a day. I have not done a lot of talking. I have not done, like, I've been so laser focused on getting these things done, because I know myself that if I don't get it done, I'm going to wait till the last minute. And it's not even because it's hard or anything. It's just I don't know where to start and I don't know where to begin, which is also why I was like, if I film it, I'm gonna have to do it. If I commit to a video, I feel the need to finish it. Because if I start it, I don't want to waste the footage. I don't want to waste my time. So that's why I filmed this video. Also, just because I haven't done anything like this before, so I figure maybe that would be interesting. Hopefully it has been so far. I know this is probably the most that I've talked this entire time, and I hope y'all don't mind as I'm getting ready to make this scarf. But I don't see any more factory knots. That doesn't mean there's not any more in there. I think with the blue skein I only came across one, but it was fine. It wasn't that big of a factory knot, to be completely honest. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go crochet now for realsies time, and I will be back. I think what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it here, and then I am going to use it for, I'm sorry, where did it go? Oh, right here. Okay. I'm going to cut it because I don't want that in my chain. It's going to be very noticeable. It's going to be very, y'all. I'm literally losing my marbles. Oh, there it is. This is literally what it's like to crochet with me. If y'all were sitting here with me, most of the time I'm like, where's my hook? Where are my scissors? Where's my yarning needle? Where did I put my stitch marker? Where are my stitch markers? I don't have enough. I need more. What else do I say? Where's my yarn? Where's my case? Where's my phone? It's a constant, where is my blank? Now, for anyone that is in my family, if they need something, I'm able to find it so freaking quick most of the time. But my stuff, if I lose it, oh, it's gone for a good 5 minutes. And then I'm like, I've been sitting there the whole time. Where could it have gone? I don't know. It disappears. It vanishes into thin air. Scissors. Okay. I am, for realsies, going this time to work on the scarf. I am going to save this chunk of yarn for my scrap yarn video. What I'll use for it, I don't know, because this is all I have of this weight, and I do not want to, well, I could use 2 strands of worsted weight yarn to pair with it. Then it would look especially scrappy, because then if I run out of one color, I can just add on a new color. Might do that. I don't know. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go crochet. I'm going to go count 252 chains. Wish me luck. I've been working on the scarf for about an hour now, and I am on the 4th row. However, I am having some gapping issues here, right here on the base chain between here and the 1st row. And I don't know if it's because I crocheted into the back loop only instead of just crocheting like I normally would on the chain. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause on this and figure out if I want to risk it and see if it closes up itself, or if I'm going to restart. I'm really thinking about restarting because I don't want to work up the whole entire scarf and then have some serious gapping issues. So I'm probably going to do that another day. Don't know what day that'll be, but I do want to fix this so it can be already done and ready to go for the drop on Saturday. That's where I'm going to end the video for today. I do still want to try out the Just Chenille yarn for my scrunchies. I'm thinking about doing a video on Tuesday of seeing how many scrunchies I can crochet in a day, maybe. I think that'll be a much more feasible challenge than the 24-hour crochet challenge. So maybe that'll be fun. Let me know what you think about that idea, if y'all would be interested in seeing that. And also, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and click subscribe if you have not already, and ring the bell to receive all the notifications of when I upload. I do upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, Scrap Yarn Saturday is coming up this weekend. I'm so excited for that video. I am going to be doing something a little bit different. Hint, hint, my husband's going to be picking my yarn. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be picking out the colors, okay? So that's what I have in store for y'all on Saturday, and I will see y'all then. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you'll have a great day. Bye!